The sea is the vast mystery.
In 1992, a top-secret program of the U.S. Navy discovered a mysterious sound in the Pacific, a solitary whale, broadcasting at a frequency that no other whale could understand.
So it's still alive.
It's out there.
Go ahead to deploy.
After years of calling out, it was the uniqueness of 52's call that just may lead us right to him.
One of the elements that pulled me right into your film, and it's not just because I'm a nature film addict, is how you include yourself in the process. Because of your passion and excitement of chasing the unknown, it too attaches itself to the audience. At what point in the process did it become clear to you that this was an important approach to take as a way that you're guiding the audience and offering a pathway into the story on a more personal level?
That's a good question. I can't quite say. We were always playing with it, and we didn't quite know. I think we knew it was important to humanize our appreciation for animals, in a different type of nature story, if you will, one which isn't just about nature, but about how we interact and connect with nature. And I think that that's really important. Whether or not you needed to be on camera, I don't know, but I think at some point we just decided to kind of go with it and roll with it, just to kind of also make it an everyman story. It's really important, I think, for the everyday citizen to be connected to nature, not just our scientists.
I was just curious because there's a moment in the film where you're telling someone, I need to know if 52 can be found. Otherwise, I'm not going to make this documentary. And so I thought that maybe that was part of the reason. Like, it's the journey of like the discovery and that.
Yeah, I mean, it was, but then that turned into like a crazy Ahabian thing, a lot more than I thought it would be. After like 4 years of even just trying to find out if 52 is even out there, we're like, okay, it's really turned into this crazy Ahabian story. And, that was kind of all real. I mean, it's you just don't realize how hard it is to go out there and find one whale in an entire ocean. I had no idea. And it was really interesting to be out there, and these scientists are like, you're crazy. Like, this is the hardest thing you've ever seen. And it was kind of funny. But then it really does become like an obsession, and you really feel the quest part of it. And that's kind of cool, because I think, we don't go on quests anymore. All our answers are so easily found. The only searches we go on are on Google. Well, here's an opportunity to go on a real search. And then the fact that it's about a whale, like that is ingrained in our history with Moby Dick. Like our most, seminal piece of fiction is about a quest to find a particular whale. And so you can't deny when you have a story that has those tenets and those building blocks. You kind of should embrace them.
Or bringing up the fact that you're part of this process again, like you're having a conversation among the crew. You're risking your life to a degree by looking for this whale. How are you able to maintain focus and navigate all that you need to?
Well, at some point, it's not about you. It's about the expedition, and so, as long as like, when there's an important moment, you could, finding how to put yourself in is not really the main focus. It's being there, watching the science happen. So you just hope that you catch some good beats. But, I think even if I was there less, it would be fine. It's the beauty of watching that happen. And then kind of like once you're on the expedition, say like once when you see all these whales, then it's about seeing that on their faces, and kind of watching this initial curiosity be transferred back to those scientists, and then taking the mantle, and rolling with that curiosity. So that's an interesting play back and forth that wasn't intentional, but I think kind of works in an interesting way. Because that's what the beauty really is. Like the science is good, but like it's getting those scientists to break, and to kind of like, and to like really watching them love what they do, or the captain, who've done it so many times. And that's where it becomes more than just science. It's more than just biology. This is about how these things affect us. I've become a much better, ironically, human being, because of my relationship with whales.
Yeah.
And this whale, and talking to people about loneliness. Like, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would become a better human being because I've been studying this lonely whale. But that's the beauty of this story, and that's the beauty of our relationship to animals. And Octopus Teacher, there's a whole bunch of films coming out. I think we are leaning into that change. We are leaning into realizing that we can. It's almost a better nature film if it's about us and nature, because guess what? You can never really extrapolate the two. You're not going to be able to. So you might as well embrace it. And especially, even that comes with ideas like anthropomorphization. Scientists hate when you anthropomorphize, but it's human nature to anthropomorphize. So how can you not do it? I think it's better to embrace it and say, why do we do it? Or to say, look, we're self-absorbed creatures as human beings, but like, look how wonderful it is for us to, like, we're killing whales and suddenly we hear this song, whale songs of the humpback whale, and we're like, oh my God, what sings better than we do? We don't kill that animal, we have to save that animal. And so if you look at it in relation to our own hubris, then it becomes a much more interesting and enriching kind of experience.
There's a moment in the film where someone says it's about seeing something that no one has been able to describe before, kind of like your claim to meaningfulness in the sea of humanity. And that line just stuck with me because I'm constantly in search of meaning and making a contribution to the world, reducing my carbon footprint. Because that's another great thing about this film, is there's like so much nuggets of wisdom that we can all chew on. And so I'm curious if that was a line that had an effect on you in terms of like the trajectory of your career or some of your personal interests.
That's a good question. It's really interesting to see scientists say that, because it's not supposed to be about them, it's supposed to be about the science, but then, like, it changes, because then it does become about the human quest for understanding and knowledge, and what is your role in that. And it's okay to allow yourself to say, like, what, I want to make an impact in this world. I want to stake a claim in this world. And it's just so fascinating, especially when they're like trying to discover things. And that really worked with the whole quest idea. And my writer, Lisa Schiller, like, she was like, look, Moby Dick, Jules Verne, mystery, ocean, go with it. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's go with it. And it was really fascinating to kind of to do that. We don't go on enough quests anymore. So the idea that we could try and go on one and learn what we can learn is so fascinating.